Capoeira é uma manifestação que veio da África com os negros.
It's an art that came from Africa, from the African people, originally from there.
Mas isso que vocês viram hoje aqui agora, essa forma ela tomou no Brasil. Que essa capoeira que vocês viram agora não tem na África, ela é brasileira.
The capoeira that you saw today, just now, is not it's not really African. It's been absorbed into Brazilian culture and it's become something that's Brazilian, not really African, but the roots are from Africa.
Por isso a gente fala no Brasil que a capoeira é de pai africano e mãe brasileira.
People in Brazil like to say that capoeira's father is African, mother is Brazilian.
A capoeira é afro-brasileira.
Afro-Brazilian.
Há uma história que a capoeira é muito misteriosa.
Capoeira is very mysterious. People are not always sure where it came from, but there's a few different theories.
Então por isso que ela é diferente das outras artes, das outras lutas, das outras danças.
Right. It's different from other martial arts, other dances. It's very unique in itself. Yeah.
Há uma história na Bahia, um estado brasileiro. Há muito tempo atrás tinha uma pessoa, um capoeirista que chamava Besouro Mangangá.
A long time ago in Bahia, which is a state in the northeast of Brazil, there was a capoeirista that's very famous. His name is Besouro Mangangá, which means beetle. Capoeira, everybody who does capoeira has a capoeira nickname. So this guy's nickname was the beetle.
Aí ele sempre era tipo similar a Robin Hood.
He's very similar to Robin Hood. Like a Brazilian.
Ele defendia os pobres contra os ricos. Ele tirava dos pobres e dava para os ricos.
Like Robin Hood, steal from the rich, give to the poor. Yeah.
E conta a história que sempre quando ele estava na rua e ele brigava. Quando ele brigava.
When he fights.
Quando ele brigava na rua, a polícia chegava.
The police come when he fights.
Aí ele se transformava num besouro.
He transforms into a beetle.
Transformava no besouro e saía voando.
And gets out of there.
Aí no Brasil fala que tem uma mandinga.
In Brazil, there's this quality or this characteristic called mandinga, which is can be similar like trickiness, like somebody who's like a rascal, you know, a scoundrel.
E ele tinha um corpo fechado.
He's got a closed body. That means nothing can penetrate it. If he gets shot, it won't. It's like he's got impervious.
Mas só que um dia ele não andou com seu patuá, que é um colar, patuá.
One day he didn't wear his medallion that gave him this closed body, and he got shot in the end, and that's how he died. The myth is he got this power from a ritual that's derived from a religion called Candomblé, which is part of capoeira theory and all that stuff.
E numa dessas brigas dele, ele estava sem um patuá, ele levou uma facada com a faca de madeira com a madeira que chama tucum. Aí foi o fim do besouro de Magangá.
He had a big knife that he used to defend himself, as well as the corpo fechado, the closed body. This class has been around. Well, I was teaching here for about 1 or 2 years, and then recently we met up with a group from Perth, Bantus Capoeira. I went over to Perth to visit one of my students who used to train with me here, who was training in Perth. So he invited me and another guy over there to visit, and I bumped into this group called Bantus Capoeira, and I love the group. I've seen a lot of capoeira from when I was in the US. I went to Brazil for a while. So and I love the way this group plays capoeira, and I love the ashe, the spirit, the capoeira spirit that they display. Great music, great, everybody's, it's very feel good energy from this group. So I really loved it, and I talked to the mestre and said, could you send somebody down to Malaysia? So he went back to Brazil, and 6 months later, Rafael came over, and he's been around for what, dois meses? About dois
mês e meio.
mês e meio. About a month and a half. So the class here been going on like 3 weeks. 3 weeks, yeah.
Porque a capoeira na Malásia ainda é novo, very new.
Yeah, because capoeira in Malaysia is very new, so the participation, the interest level is very high, because it's very new, and different.
Então o público ainda não, as pessoas ainda não conhecem capoeira.
Yeah, most of the public doesn't know about capoeira. So our job is to spread the word, to let people know. That's why we go do a lot of public shows, roda in the street, and we just give out flyers. And we're doing a music festival on Monday. We do a lot of public performances, and we just try to spread the word of mouth, everything. Yeah, we definitely will be growing in the next few months because we're going into international schools and to do after school programs. So that's a really good avenue for capoeira to grow because kids will be very interested in it. The training is just for the movements and to get used when you play dois a dois in partners. That's to get used to playing in the circle, because in the circle you play 2 by 2, right? And we train a lot 2 by 2 just to get used to that, and at the end we add in the music element and the atmosphere, the singing, and then people go in and play 2 by 2. So that's called the roda, the capoeira roda, and that's where everything happens. So that is the point of capoeira, is to have a roda. Everything else just leads up to that. We practice playing 2 by 2. We practice the movements and the sequences that go along with it. Earlier in the class, we do a lot of strength training because you need to have a certain level of fitness to play. Having said that, you don't need to have a certain level of fitness to take the class because we'll provide you exercises to get to that level. We have a 40-year-old lady in the class. I've seen 60-year-old ladies. Our mestre João Pequeno, we don't have it on t-shirt. He's like, ¿cuántos años? He's like 80 years old. Okay, he's our mestre, and he gets in there in the roda and he kicks up, he kicks up a fuss. So it's not confined to 20 to 30. Although, admittedly, yeah, that's the majority because that's the active crowd. But you don't have to be. As long as you want to learn, it's no problem.
A graduação é por idade. No grupo nosso é por idade. Idade, sei, 15 anos, corda coral.
Okay. According to age, 15 and below we have a separate system. 15 and above is a separate system for
15 anos pra cima. E as graduações do nosso grupo, do grupo Bantus Capoeira, são a primeira corda da graduação adulta é vermelha, preta e branca.
The first graduating chord, the first chord that we give out in Bantus Capoeira for adults is red, black and white. So that's the first chord that you get.
Depois vem verde.
After that is green, yellow.
Depois amarela.
After that, yellow.
De amarela pra cima.
Yellow and above.
O aluno da Bantus, porque Bantus Capoeira em Malásia, Japão, todo lugar do mundo tem que sair do país dele e pegar a corda no Brasil.
Yellow chord and above, you gotta go to Brazil and get it. They don't give it out overseas.
Ficar treinando um mês. Um mês no Brasil para ser avaliado pelo mestre.
Right. You need to go to Brazil for a month and train for that chord, the next chord in the line, because capoeira is very tied into Brazilian culture, cultura Brazil. So you need to experience a certain amount of it to say that that you've reached that certain level. You can only get so much from being out of the country. That's how we like to keep it more authentic, and more true to the spirit of capoeira.
Aqui na Malásia a gente vai fazer festival por ano, em setembro, onde a gente vai estar Vai estar vindo o mestre do Brasil. Acho que a gente vai estar graduando os alunos.
In September, we plan to have a big festival, and we're going to get Mestre Pintor, which is our mestre from Brazil, to come down here and have what's called a Capoeira Batizado, Capoeira Festival, and we'll have like a big public performance in maybe like a nightclub or maybe the actor studio. I don't know. I'm just throwing out names. In a nice big venue indoors at night. We'll have one outdoor hoda, hopefully like a really nice place would be KLCC, something like that. We're working on that right now. And then we'll have like a little more closed ceremony, like sort of like a grading. So when we have a capoeira baptism, it's not like a taekwondo grading, which is just strictly you come here and get graded, blah 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 blah, and then you leave. It's like a whole week-long party, festival, outdoor hoda, indoor hoda, and it's like a big celebration. So that's going to be our first big event with the guys from Brazil coming down in September.
Samba é uma manifestação também cultural brasileira.
It's another manifestation of Brazilian culture, samba, that goes hand in hand with capoeira.
Como, deixa eu ver, salsa ser cubana, samba brasileiro. Então cada país tem sua dança, então o samba
Every culture, every nation, especially Latin American nations, strongly identify with their like national dance. Salsa for Cubans, for the Cuban people. I'm not sure what it is in Spain, but in Brazil it's samba. So that's like the cultural national dance.
O samba também veio da África também.
Right, samba also has roots in Africa.
E tem uma diferença, tem a diferença pro samba. Esse samba que a gente faz na capoeira é o samba de roda.
Right. É o samba de roda. The samba that we do in capoeira is called samba de roda, means samba in a circle. Samba in a circle.
Porque tem um samba do carnaval.
There's samba for carnaval, which is a festival they have in January or February. Every February in Brazil, there's a big, huge street party where everybody just gets out on the street and dances. That's a different type of samba. This is capoeira samba de roda.
A diferença do samba, porque o samba é todo mundo samba. E o samba de roda, homem e uma mulher.
The samba that they have in the carnival is just everybody goes and does the samba at the same time. There's no real format, but for samba de roda, it's circle, one man, one woman, samba, and then if you want to kick the guy out, you go and get him out of there, and then you take over, and then it's just cutting it. Just a little bit of cheekiness, like just for fun after. Yeah, it's more about having fun, not so much about technique and blah 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 blah. It's just more fun and just learn to relax. Not every single hoda, but like if it's a special occasion, or if everybody feels a little bit jumpy, after hoda, we just have a samba. It's spontaneous, very spontaneous. We're training right now Monday, Wednesday, Friday, regular classes. 8:30 to about 9:45 is beginners, and then 9:45 to about 11ish is the intermediates. If you don't know anything about capoeira, have never seen capoeira before in your life, come for the beginners class, and that's what's meant for you. We do basics, we do strength training, we do introduction, we do rules, etiquette, blah 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 blah. So that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Saturday, 3 to 5 p.m. here, we have music classes. So that's where you learn to play all the traditional music instruments of capoeira and learn a bit about the songs, and he'll teach us a bit about the culture. Yeah, right. And every other Saturday, we're going to have a public hoda in Bangsa, somewhere in Bangsa. If you just walk around like the Telawi Street area, you'll see us about 9:30 to about 10. Yeah, and that's also to let the public know more about capoeira. And we'll be doing it in Bangsa for now. We might move it around to other spots where there's a lot of people in KL. The fee is $80 per month. I was going to say, right now we train 4 times a week, 3 classes, one music class. Very soon we're doing 5 times a week. Maybe even like 2 sessions a day, so maybe 10 classes a day, up to like 10 classes a day. But for now it's 3, $80 per month. Come as much as you want.